Peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the Mighty One, Angel Snub 7, and I am your soul brother, number one. Early in the morning, trying to get my thoughts together, but I did wish to just speak with us about this South African dilemma or this situation in South Africa with the government and others in that nation. They wish to remove the Caucasian pink farmers who have been there due to colonialism, due to extreme violence by Europeans taking over the native people's land for generations. And now it has come to a point where the leadership in South Africa, they feel as though it is time that a move must be performed, and if necessary, use force to remove these European farmers from these lands. I want to say to the farmers, these Caucasian farmers, you know, sir, you know, ma'am, that your presence in South Africa is wrong. You was put there by your governments. It's wrong for what they done to the native people, the people who inhabit that part of the world. And it is not the fault of those African people about land that was taken from them and given to you by your governments. But see, we all know in this situation, we're dealing with a criminal mind. It reminds me of a story, or actually a real story situation, where I remember this brother, he stole another man's fishing kit. And this man had everything in the fishing kit, all these different lures and, you know, the things that you do when you go fishing. He was so proud of it. He said, "This is mine." After he stole it, "This is mine." And he began to feel as though this really was his. But remember, he stole it from somebody else. This is the situation that you find yourself in South Africa, that these people have had something that was stolen, something that was given to them by questionable means. They've had it so long, and they have been doing this for so long, that they really believe this is theirs. This is not yours. I'm sorry. Well, actually, I'm not sorry. The reality is, this is not yours. It is only right. If you have any type of ethics to yourself, you know that it is correct that you should allow the people to regain that which was taken from them. But see, we're dealing with criminal minds. And there should be no compensation by South Africa for you. To continue the story about the man who stole the fishing gear, now later on, somebody else, when he wasn't looking, stole the fishing gear from him. And the man got greatly upset. Why are you getting so upset? You stole the gear from somebody else. But they actually, thieves, once that come into your possession, they actually believe that which they stole really belonged to them. I guess they have amnesia or something, because they forget that this was stolen property to begin with. So it is only right. It is only right that there should be no violence. There should be no arguing or debating. You should begin the process of removing yourself from these lands. If you are a good person, if you have some type of ethics, if you have some type of character, if you have some type of honor, But see, unfortunately, in this situation, we're dealing with people with criminal behavior. If there is compensation that needs to be given, you should ask the European nation, whoever put you there, they are the ones that need to compensate you for whatever loss that that you incur. It is not up to the people that you stole the land from. Well, actually, you didn't steal the land. Your nation did that generations ago. And again, treat it like it's yours. It is not yours. So that's only right. But again, we're dealing with people with criminal minds. This is mine. And they know it's stolen. So, now look, I also want to say this to some of us cheerleaders. There are many dark-skinned people on this forum. Y'all want to cheerlead. Y'all want to sit back in the cut, kick them white folks out of South Africa, kick them out, kill them, and you want to sit on the side. You want to sit on the sideline and cheer. But see, the reality is, these Caucasian pink farmers, they are associated and they are the citizens of these nations. And even though it's wrong, we know that this whole activity is incorrect. But if you think that they're going to sit back and just watch their citizens get murdered or get kicked off these lands, and it's going to be an easy thing, no. And you want to sit at home, safe in your home, and watch all this on TV. That's what you want to do. See, this is wrong, and I understand that it's wrong. But I'm not going to egg and cheerlead nothing on if I'm not going to participate. Because if I feel that there's a wrong, then I'm going to help you in making what is wrong right. I'm not going to sit back at home thousands of miles away and cheerlead when these people actually have to face the military force and the violence of the nations that these farmers come from. That's a possibility. I'm the type of person, now look, being a descendant of slaves born in America, having dark skin, I have problems of my own. I'm dealing with a wicked enemy of my own. I can barely help myself. So I can barely help those in South Africa should they need assistance in removing these parasites from their lands. I cannot help you. I can't do nothing for myself. However, I'm not going to sit back in the cut and cheerlead, and next thing you know, thousands of South African men, women, and children, because this can go really, really bad. You're dealing with criminals who have military might, weapons, and other things, and when it's all said and done, these farmers will still be on the land because you're not actually handling the situation right. The thing about dark-skinned people in America, we are so emotional over things. We don't think things out. One of the smartest things the South African president and those who wish to remove these farmers and get these parasites and these leeches off their land, you've dealt with them and been dealing with them for a long time. Just ignore it for the time being. What you say? Ignore it? Yes, ignore it for the time being. What should you concentrate on? What should South Africa concentrate on? South Africa should concentrate on something that we call Pan-Africanism. Now, Pan-Africanism, in the way that it's taught, in the way that it is presented, I don't care nothing about that. In the present manner that you always hear Pan-Africanism. But the nations of Africa, there's nothing wrong with Pan-Africanism. The nations of Africa, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Liberia, all those nations on that continent, they should connect with one another. They should perform an alliance. They should unite with one another. That really would be more beneficial than at the current at this current time trying to concentrate on an injustice, which is wrong. It's you absolutely right to want to remove those Caucasian farmers. However, at the same time, like I say, you will be alone, and these Europeans will be united against a common foe, and the president of South Africa and all those involved fighting by themselves. It's not going to be a pretty picture. That's just the reality of it. Has nothing to do with being a coward. Has nothing to do with none of these type of things. But you just don't, you're just not in a position to do that right now because you're dealing with forces that's much stronger than you are. So see, we base our things on emotion, and some of us, okay, if y'all really think that way, then you get your airplane ticket and you get your army fatigue and you go over to South Africa and you help them remove those Caucasian farmers instead of sitting your ass thousands of miles in America cheerleading. If I felt the way that you feel, I'm not going to be just sitting in a chair talking crap in America. I will be booking my flight, going to South Africa. Give me a gun. Simple as that. But y'all not going to do that. But you want to cheerlead and sit back in the cut, knowing that these people are facing these Europeans who are very violent, who have many weapons, and you want to watch them get massacred, and when it's all said and done, the damn white farmers will still be there. However, under Pan-Africanism, just wait, bide your time. Let them continue to do what they do. And you tongue-tied, you unite with others on that continent. You begin to share your resources. And you pull your militaries together. And so when the next time the Europeans look at the African people on that continent, and you are telling these white farmers or these Caucasian farmers, you need to get the hell out of here. And these Europeans look at the situation and they see a united Africa. If you deal with South Africa, you got to deal with the whole continent. It's a whole different ball game because they don't want to get hurt up like that. If they think it's easy, that they can bring in their European military and do what they need to do, they will do that. But if they have to face an opponent which is just as strong or real or close to being as strong as they are, believe me, all of a sudden we need diplomacy because they don't want to see all them body bags. Right now, of course, you will get a few body bags, but I can almost guarantee you there will be more South Africans being put in mass graves than the enemy. And when it's all said and done, those Caucasian farmers will be still selling lettuce and broccoli or whatever the hell that they're growing in South Africa. So you want to be big shot and you want to show that you brave and that you bad. Ain't nothing bad, ain't nothing brave, ain't nothing smart about being in a mass grave. Or you find yourself hanging on a tree somewhere, knowing that this enemy is vicious. Europeans are vicious. We know the history of them. You have to deal with these Caucasian people smarter. And if you don't want to unite against them, then you might as well just leave it alone. Because a South Africa by itself will stand little chance against Europeans who are united, because I'm very sure there's various different types of Caucasian farmers that's there. And their nations are going to come to the aid of their citizens. That's just the bottom line. And if you start hurting them and whatever, and not only that, but people around the world, other nations will get involved because you're killing the poor innocent farmer even though they're on stolen land. Y'all know how they go. Come on now. You're dealing with tricksters. You're dealing with criminals. Come on now. You have to understand. We have to deal with these situations much smarter and stop being so damn emotional. That's what's wrong with the so-called Negro in America. That's why we can't progress. We're too damn emotional. you don't think about situation, and your emotion has led you where? Okay, that says it all. I'll catch y'all on the flip flop. Jot down your comments.